Yeah, so my 18s year when I played for Southside Elite, I had pin hitters on my team like Austin Matautia, JB Cam, and Emmett Enriquez, and all of them are playing or have played at the Division One level and are really talented. And I didn't actually start for that team. I got extremely limited playing time. Um, and so when I would reach out to coaches, it was pretty disappointing for them because I was on a good team, but when it really mattered, when we were playing in big matches, I was maybe coming in to spin serve or float serve and play some defense, but it wasn't anything beyond that. And so in terms of recruiting, it was really difficult because I didn't have a lot of film. I was late to indoor volleyball as well. I started my freshman year of high school, so I didn't really hone my skills
Nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills.
really as much as I could have, and it was a little bit difficult at times not starting during my club volleyball season as well. Yeah,
Yeah. I think I
that's
I think one thing that you kind of touched upon is a lot of people have really, really good club players on their team that go D1. In the back of your mind, you're like, and you see all of them going, like I said, big D1 programs, getting recruited. But in the back of your mind, it's got to be frustrating. Like you said, like you're like, I can definitely be like, if that guy's going, or like you see other players going, you're like, then I
mhm.
could definitely make it. But then you're not going to respect you can kind of you deserve to get. So
Put
how
some
I mean, how
respect
did you
on my
kind of
name.
handle that?
Right. So it was incredibly frustrating, but I think that's what has motivated me along like my journey throughout volleyball.
Right.
Is kind of seeing that there's people that are going to be put in front of me simply based off of recruitment or in someone else's eyes. They're more talented, they're stronger than me, they're better at certain skills. And so for me, that was kind of just where the light switch flipped, where I was like, I just have to outwork people. I have to put in more time and effort into every aspect that I can control. And for instance, when I got to the University of Hawaii and I was given a walk-on spot, um, and the intention was to make me like a serving sub or a libero. I watched, our matches from a great perspective, but then I realized, maybe I should try to eventually play in some of these games. Maybe I gotta work really hard to get myself on the court. And what is that gonna take? How long is that process gonna take? And am I willing to do it? And so that commitment to myself was kind of the biggest motivation. Yeah.
So, so for anybody who isn't familiar with the UH men's volleyball program, you drive around campus, you see Colton Cowell nowadays, all over everything you can see. You look
He's got
at
a
the social
banner.
media, it's all Colton Cowell nowadays. You look on other social media, anything about UH men's volleyball, Colton Cowell
Am I a hero? I really can't say, but yes.
is on the front page of that. Really, that turning point for me, I don't know, I want your opinion on this. For me, that turning point was before, I think the summer of 2018 was when you kind of
Mhm.
made a huge transition, a huge jump. You came back, and a lot of guys recognized that you were you'd really upped your game in a lot of ways. What was really the turning point for you, and what was the biggest thing, the biggest changes that you made?
In 2018, I went to Germany for the World University Games with Brett Rosenmeyer, who was my partner in that, and also my teammate at the University of Hawaii, and the guy that was in the starting outside hitter spot. And I played alongside him for however many years now, and on the beach. And I've always respected him as a person and athlete, and I saw what he kind of did to be successful. And I saw the level that he was at, and we competed together and against each other in the practice gym and whatnot. And I decided that, I he's a really talented player, and he's 6'5" or 6'6", big guy, but it can also pass. And I realized I had to see the level that he was at and just assume that he was only going to continue to get better. And then I needed to think to myself, how can I overcome, the height difference, the ball control difference at the time, and different things. And I love Rosie, but I did recognize him as both friend and competition. And so I realized I had to get a lot stronger. I had to put a lot more time into the weight room. I had to become, as the OH2, uh, a very complete passer, a very complete ball control player, and consistent, not make a lot of errors, whether it was giving up aces, attacking errors. Just I couldn't make ball handling errors. I had to be the consistent kind of force on the court. And I thought Rosie did an excellent job of that. And so that was kind of the example set for me that I knew I had to meet that standard and eventually overcome.
Right. And so you kind of briefly got into this. And so when I think about elite level players, the biggest thing that I see is their personality on and off the court, how drastically different that is. And for you, stepping on the court versus stepping off the court with your relationship with Brett Rosemeyer, how difficult was that when you guys go through those types of competitions? Because I know I work with kids, I get questions all the time. We get it to our channel here. How do you handle, you have a friend, kids don't want to upset somebody. They don't like competing against their friends because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. How did you handle that situation?
I feel sad. I feel bad for the guy.
So interestingly enough, Rosie and I we were really synchronistic. When it came down to playing, we both really enjoyed playing with each other, and we enjoyed the different aspects that each of us brought. And we also recognized that we were kind of similar sides of the same coin in terms of being in the position that we were with in the OH2 spot. And so we both were training to just kind of push each other, and the relationship was really only competitive on the court, and I don't think once ever he and I had a negative interaction revolving like things would get heated on the volleyball court, and it would be like we want to beat this person, but it was never off the court. There was no real like negativity in towards each other.
So I think one thing I guess I have one thing to say before I ask you one more question here. But I think being a professional and being an elite player is not just playing on the court, handling yourself on the court, but it's also if you get your spot taken, it's how you handle it for the better of the team. And I think Rosie did a phenomenal job of handling it.
For sure.
That is professional. That is an elite athlete right there. Not leading to back talking your teammates or just not causing problems for the teams. Like, this is what the team needs. Okay, fine. And I think that shows elite athlete.
And at the most elite level, at any level, relationships between people is such a huge part of sports because of the community that you're in. Yeah. And so those relationships are so important to make sure you keep intact, I feel.